Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lies official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Are dayless spoilers really necessary, or can we all see the signs? Nicole turns to Eric for all her emotional and kissing needs as soon as EJ leaves town. She has to constantly reminding EJ how much she loves him to remind herself, not him. And Nicole, Ariane Zucker, can't seem to keep away from Eric Greg Vaughan. So, how long before she trades her Dimmer Mansion suite for a room over the Brady pub? Here's how you think things will turn out. Nicole Walker. I won't go unnoticed. 9% of voters complain that EJ, Dan Feuerigel, does not lavish enough attention on Nicole. He insists on having his own life, his own interests, and being kidnapped to top it all off. We know Eric would never be taken while Nicole required his full attention. EJ has no choice but to perform better until he drops everything to be at Nicole's beck and call. Days of Our Lives, the final act. 39% of the audience recalls Nicole and Eric always finding their way back to each other. You speculate that it makes no difference who they claim to love. It makes no difference who they exchange wedding vows with. It makes no difference who is carrying whose child. Eric and Nicole are the most important individuals in the world, hence their emotions are significant. Others, however, do not. Everyone else needs to get out of the way if Nicole and Eric want to be together. Spoilers for Dayless. Father figure. Nicole will not leave EJ as long as she believes he is the father of her child, according to 52% of you. Little Holly has no father, and Nicole will not do the same for her younger brother. It will indeed be a boy. Soap genetics works in this manner. Because baby number 1 is a girl, baby number 2 will be a boy. If Abe James Reynolds is absent for a long enough period of time, they can even name him after Nicole's favorite friend. Only when she discovers that the kid is truly Eric's will she rush to her once and forever true love. Days of Our Lives airs on Peacock Plus in the United States and the W Network or Global TV app in Canada on weekdays. Check out all the newest Days spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, discuss what's happening on your favorite soaps, join the conversation on our Facebook page, check out our Twitter feed, or watch for an update on our Instagram stories. I'll see you there. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Kristen has a candid conversation with Marlena about what is truly best for little Rachel on Friday, July 14, 2023. You will not want to miss this episode. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives highlights. Kristen, Stacey Haydock, is a free woman, by default, but nevertheless, who desires everything that comes with liberty, including a relationship with her daughter, and not just a passing glance. Cards, letters, and FaceTime calls aren't enough. She wishes Brady, Eric Martsolf, would do the right thing and change the custody order. She knows that bringing it up with Brady will backfire, but what about going through Marlena? Doesn't Doc know how to be diplomatic? Sure, at the very least, it's worth a chance. Kristen expresses her desires and compels Marlena, Deidre Hall, to listen, whether she likes it or not. Meanwhile, Lonnie, Salstowers, arrives at Jerry's, Terrell Ransom Jr., house to question him. She's mostly curious about what he was going to tell Theo, Cameron Johnson, the other day. She can't get her mind off the interrupted scenario. Will she be able to pull the truth out of him? At the same time, Nurse Whitley, Kim Coles, is thrust into the spotlight. Quitting her employment at the hospital was not as wise as she believed. She is now subjected to an aggressive interrogation about her life by Stephen Nichols. Mom, why did you resign? What exactly is going on here? Our daily lives spoilers. A character cast. Back at the flat, a high on Abe, James Reynolds, is in another universe full with interesting characters. Will these hallucinations help him understand his current situation? He senses something isn't right around here, but he hasn't figured out what it is. In case you missed it, Soap Hub's very own in-house critic provides his, sometimes harsh and passionate review of the previous week's Days of Our Lives. If you missed their most recent review, Click here to catch up, and then leave your thoughts in the comments below. Peacock Plus airs weekdays in the United States, and the W Network or Global TV app in Canada. Check out all of the newest day's spoilers for more information on what's coming up in Salem, and click here for an in-depth look at the show's history. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or watch for an update on our Instagram stories to learn more about what's going on with your favorite soaps. I'll see you there. In the Days of Our Lives recap for July 13, 2023, John's dreams created serious doubts about Abe's apparent demise. All paths of investigation led back to Whitley. Furthermore, Salem laid Abe, or, more likely, an empty coffin to rest. Lunny, Salstowers, got a hint. Kristen, Stacey Haydock, revealed her true colors, and Abe, James Reynolds, found himself cast in his favorite narrative. Let's delve a little more into what transpired. On the morning of Abe's burial, a disheveled John, Drake Hogestyn, approached Stephen Nichols, between a missing Rachel, Finley Rose Slater, whom everyone correctly believes is in Kristen's care, and his nightmare. John hasn't gotten much decent sleep. The nightmare, absolutely. Every time John nods off, it's the same. He's on the docks when he notices a silent Abe standing in the distance, and then his pal vanishes into the fog. But what does it all mean? Despite his awareness that it may appear a bit out there, John entertains the possibility that what he is witnessing is more than a dream. A forewarning? Maybe. But after all John and Steve have been through with Marlena, Deidre Hall, Kayla, Mary Beth Evans, and Kate, Lauren Koslow, can they really afford to dismiss the possibility that Abe is still alive and desperately attempting to reach out for help? They cannot. So, what should you do? Of course, start from the beginning. They begin with a statement made by Nurse Whitley Kim Coles. In fact, it appears like all roads seem to lead back to Whitley. Whitley's looking like a fairly fine suspect, especially given that it's highly likely someone with a working knowledge of where the cameras were positioned across the hospital. Abe. Whitley, on the other hand, found it necessary to sedate an uncooperative and combative Abe once more. A visiting Jerry, Terrell Ransom Jr., was astounded by the scene, and even more so by Whitley's statement that she and Abe would be leaving soon. The offer of a large monetary incentive, payable upon his willingness to leave Salem as well, helped to calm his rage. Recap of days. Now hear this. After a rocky start, Paulina, Jackie Harry, managed to gather herself, dress, and greet Theo Cameron Johnson. Paulina made sure that Theo didn't feel obligated to deliver the eulogy at his father's funeral by sending Channel Raven Bowens to get a box of photographs from the Johnsons. He didn't do it. He did, however, require someone to practice on. Paulina relished the lovely comments that acknowledged Abe's enduring affection for her and Theo's own thankfulness that she treats him like her own flesh and blood, and she balked at, but approved of, Theo's dredging up some of her worst decisions, such as planning to bulldoze the Horton Town Square. Lani accorded Kristen a warm welcome before departing for her father's memorial service. During their conversation, Lani convinced her bestie that she knew exactly where Rachel was, though she wouldn't reveal where. Later, after Abe or Abe, as the case undoubtedly is, was laid to rest off-screen, because why pay a little extra money when skipping the entire shebang will do, Lani went to investigate Scorelli Jerry, a decision that delayed his great escape. After convincing Brady, Eric Martsolf, that despite not being a trained detective, she possessed the skills to detect deception and persuade people to open up to her, Marlena strolled over to the Dimara mansion, via the secret tunnels, of course, and did her damnedest to persuade Kristen to hand over Rachel. Kristen was unconcerned about doing the right thing. In any case, not for free. She had a hefty request, but if it was granted, she intimated that she might be able to let Brady in on their daughter's whereabouts. Steve had Whitley brought for questioning at University Hospital after learning from Chanel that she had worked on Abe's mayoral campaign and attended his wedding to Paulina. Whitley was highly uncooperative. Her announcement that she would be resigning later that day was particularly noteworthy. Back in his hellhole, a drugged aide found himself in the middle of an episode of Body and Soul, engaging with the show's debut superbitch Lorna DeLorean. Days of Our Lives airs on Peacock Plus in the United States and the W Network or Global TV app in Canada on weekdays. Check out all of the newest Days spoilers for more information on what's coming up in Salem, and click here for an in-depth look at the show's history. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or watch for an update on our Instagram stories to learn more about what's going on with your favorite soaps. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.